time when to think. すぐできないなんて運はやっぱり前時代的だな。
Yo, what's up, gamers? Welcome to Tricky Gym, home of the Tricky Gym. Ready to take your order. Hopefully your order is for some Phantasmal Flames pre-release action, because that's what we got on the agenda tonight, folks. And it is a spooky, festive midnight pre-release we got going on. There is some players in costumes. As you can see, I am donning a costume as well. And as a reward to everybody who showed up for the Phantasmal Flames midnight pre-release tonight, I handed everybody in costume a free pack of Dragon Shield non-glares as a thank you for bringing some of your Halloween festivities to our pre-release tonight. So just got done doing that downstairs. It was awesome getting to see some of the funny costumes around in the field tonight. Not many, honestly. Not many costumes, but the costumes that were here are great. We've got John Patterson, as you can see, is in Tigger. He is in the Tigger suit. He is in my favorite costume. We've also got a Waldo, you can see directly behind him. We've also got Squid Game over here in the pink hoodie. That is Squid Game. I don't know who that is because they are in the Squid Game costume. We've also got Snorlax, as you can see right here. Great Snorlax costume. I did find Waldo. That's true. That's true. But Phantasmal Flames, y'all, I can't believe it. We're already here. We're already here. It's Phantasmal Flames time. We've got Jesse Parker showing up. On Wednesday, do some more Phantasmal Flames testing. Hopefully we'll get some games out of our testing session to use for a little YouTube video or something like that. And it'll also be nice for preparation for the upcoming Phantasmal Flames $6,000 cash doubleheader we got coming up in November 22nd and 23rd. We've got the Phantasmal Flames $6,000 cash doubleheader happening here at the Gropagus. Full Grip Games. Be hosting yet another 6K doubleheader weekend. Really looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll get to see many of you there to celebrate the official launch of Phantasmal Flames. And what a great set to have a midnight pre-release for, right? I mean, you've got Mega Gengar in the set. That's great. I mean, it's so thematic, right? Spooky Pokemon. Even the logo looking kind of spooky as well. You take a look. Boom. Look at that. I mean, that looks like the kind of logo that you would expect to see for a Halloween midnight Pokemon TCG extravaganza right there. And that's what we got going on. So, very cool. I don't know that I've ever done a midnight pre-release on Halloween before, so that's pretty fun. Feels fun to have my wizard hat on. You've got Mega Charizard EX or Choreo EX in this set, obviously. The big pulls, I imagine, there's the Gold Charizard, right? You've got... Is that what are the big pulls in this set? Why don't you guys tell me? Is there a secret rare cone? Let's see. Phantasmal Flames secret rare. Rares. All of them. Inferno X secret rares. Oh, yeah. Dude. I love this Toxtricity so much. The Toxtricity, I'm trying to decide what my favorite cards from the set are going to be, because this Toxtricity is certainly really cool. This Dugong's actually quite beautiful. It's lovely. We've got Dawn, that's right. All right, yeah, the secret... Sheesh. Yeah, the secret art rare Charizard. I mean, that... Dugong, or the Oricorio is nice, but the secret art rare Charizard's going to be a winner. For sure. It's literally got 2 Charizards on it, right? And then you've got the gold Charizard, which is objectively more ugly, but also objectively more rare, so it's impossible to tell. Yeah, no, this one's going to be... This one is, like, so rare, though, right? So, but I have to imagine that that'll be the most expensive card in the set. I can't believe that they didn't also do, like, a secret art rare Gengar, right? Like, it's... I just can't believe it. Yeah, no special illustration rare... Mega Gengar, Mega Dansey, Mega Dream EX to look forward to in November. The Oricorio is one of the promos. So then what's the hot pull from the set? The Mega Charizard? It's gotta be. It's a nice Dawn. That is like a really nice supporter card, for sure. The mountains, the bike, the trail. It's just like a really nice illustration. I feel like it's this kind of illustration that brings the Pokemon universe to life, you know? Makes you believe it. You're like, maybe, yeah, Dawn is a Pokemon trainer traveling from one town to the next, battling her Pokemon courageously. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a cool card. All right, in order. I mean, but Grimsley is like, that's the Halloween pull right there, right? That's it. I mean, Grimsley, look, it's literally, he's spooky, dude. You got like the haunted looking trees and stuff, and that's pretty cool. Full art Battle Coliseum. Okay. The art rare Piplup. Is the art rare Piplup in the set because of Dawn? You ever think about that? Mega Lopunny. That's a secret art rare Sharpedo. I guess, right? Playing Grimsley's like a little trick or treat. That's true. Do you get a trick or do you get a treat? Very true. All right. In order that I would want to pull cards from the set. 1. It's, yeah, you're like, that's got to be 1. 2. All right, now that that's out of the way. 3. I know, not in an original list. I get it, but it's accurate. Those are why those are going to be probably the first top 3 most expensive cards, because they're the most desirable, right? And then next, pretty steep fall off after the Dawn, but probably Toxtricity. Toxtricity is really cool. Maybe Grimsley's, yeah, the full art Grimsley. Put the full art Grimsley over. Yeah, I actually do want this card. So like, yeah. Yeah, secret art rare Dawn. And you know what? I don't need the gold Zard, bro. All right, 1. We're putting Dawn at 2. We're putting Grimsley's move at 3. We're putting gold Zard at 4. Just kidding. The gold Zard would be worth so much money. I mean, like, I don't really care for it. I wouldn't keep it, put it in my binder. But like, you gotta imagine that card is like, it's like, I got a golden tickets. Like that type beat when you pull it, you know? The streets start singing. It's 2 gold. It looks fake. Yeah, it looks like the kind of cards you might get off Alibaba or something. Thank you so much for the subs, by the way, RL Dino. Will Maxie be making a reappearance? Yo, I do. All right, funny thing about the Maxie costume is that when you are a creative person who does creative projects like me, you figure out ways to be very economical with them. I bought some of the Maxi cosplay stuff off Amazon and then just returned it. It's like I wore it for a day and then, returned it. That, yeah, you do that kind of stuff. That's just, wasn't what I was looking. Didn't fit right. Sorry. Just is what it is, It's whatever. That Amazon seller was probably getting that red coat cheap and then upselling it to me. So, like, whatever. It's your coat now. I just needed to wear it for a second. But yeah, that's... do what you gotta do. No, thank you, IRL Dino. Thank you, Dankus, for that Prime sub as well. I appreciate that. Oh, Brisbane Regional is on today? That's right. Yeah, Lucario, the gold Lucario settled at like 550, so you think the Charizard's going to be like 800 plus. The Zard's got to be like a G, right? If the Charizard's like $1,000, then yeah, I would. That's the card that I want to pull. That's the card I want to pull, actually. Yeah, yeah, I'll take the Charizard. That's fine. Are things actually getting underway here? What's going on? Let's take a look. Shop view. Are we getting some? All right, here we go. Looks like we're getting some pre-release kits passed out now. Yo, we got a Minecrafter. Heck yeah. Love that. I know. Heather said she wanted to choose players for stream that were in costume. Oh, yeah, Ben Peacock with the... What even is this thing? Can anybody tell me what is this? Am I just not... Am I out of touch? I've seen this thing before, but like what is, like, what would you call this? Can someone please help me out? And then, who is Sarah? I know Sarah is a very avid cosplayer. So, I mean, her cosplays are always very nice. It's called a witch doctor or a plague doctor. What is a plague doctor or a witch doctor? Like, I guess... Oh, John, you bodied the camera, John. All right, it's fine. We got John joining us as well for the opening. A chick from K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay. K-pop Demon Hunters. Is that like an anime? Or is it a K-pop group? K-pop Demon Hunters, huh? The more you know. It's a movie. It's the #1 movie of all time on Netflix? What? That's crazy. No way, dude. All right. These players are opening their packs now. Let's see what they got. Oh, someone who went out during the Black Plague and treated people? That's what Ben Peacock is? That's cool. All right, now who are the promos? We got an Empoleon EX. Who are the promos that we can expect to see in today's pre-release? They had medical herbs and stuff in the beak. Are you serious? Yo, Sarah's got a Mega Charizard EX. Toxtricity's got a promo? Okay, that's... Oh, dude, Toxtricity's my favorite from the set. Okay. Yeah, Toxtricity having a promo is sweet. All right, so we got Flygon promo. We got Toxtricity promo. There's two more. What are the other two? That, yeah, that guy's actually really good for pre-release. You see that the Krook is being pulled out. We've got yet another Empoleon. Multiple Empoleon EX. We've got Seviper too. But Seviper only works if you have a Mega in play. I'm gonna have to pull up the what does this Flygon do? Flygon's got the Flapping Sand ability when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during a turn. Or when this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack of your opponent's Pokemon, you can discard the top two cards of your opponent's deck, and then it cuts Wind for 130 for 2. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Yo, we got a Full Art Dawn. We got a Miss Magius too. Full Art Dawn. Let's go. Ben Peacock with a Full Art Dawn pull. That's pretty fire. Also seems very good for limited format. Gets a basic Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon. Yo, and the Lopunny. Full Art Mega Lopunny, dude. Oh, yeah. Ben Peacock winning this thing. Mega Lopunny, if you've got... What, a regular Lopunny? What does Mega Lopunny even evolve from? Banary? Yeah, if you've got Banary... Gale Thrust. I mean, it just seems like an insane Pokemon. Like, holy cow! Show! Reveal! There it is, folks. We got a Sharpedo. Where was it? The Secret Art Zard. I think it was Alex Carpenter had it. The Secret Art Rare Zard. Absolutely insane. That's crazy, dude. Alex Carpenter, one of our league regulars, with the Secret Art Rare Zard pull. Making his way over to the stream table to show that off. Not a bad pull tonight, folks. Many would say the pull. Either that or the Gold Zard, right? Like, the pull. I really like the giant ice cream cone card. That, to me, is also one of my favorite cards in the set. Yeah, chat right now on stream is saying, I'm going to need to call the Secret Service to escort Alex Carpenter home tonight. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think that the Secret Art Rare Zard is like infinite. I do. I don't even think it's worth like, I don't think you need to sell it with like pre-release. I think you could just literally hold it because that card is just nuts, right? It's got literally a Mega Zard and regular Zard on it. And it just looks good, too. I know. I wish we had a full art of the jumbo ice cream. Now it looks like what? So some of the kits got Flygon, some of the kits got Toxtricity. Who are my other promos? I feel like I never got to hear what the other promos are. Flygon's out here crop dusting with the cutting wind. Yeah, unfortunate. Zacian. Oh, the Psychic Zacian is one? That's cool. The Zacian is quite good. And Ceruledge. Oh, yeah, because the Ceruledge is like discard 4 fire from your hand. And it does like 200. You heard the decks aren't seeded anymore? It's just 4 static decks? Really? Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I kind of liked the random mismatch. Four static decks. So the way that they used to do pre-release decks is that they had kind of like 4 different seeds, right? They had like 4 different seeds that kind of lined up with each promo. And then the decks could contain any combination of 2 of those seeds, right? So like, say you could get like a Toxtricity Ceruledge deck, or you could get like a Ceruledge Flygon deck, or you could get a Flygon Ceruledge. I don't know if I just said that. You get a Flygon Toxtricity deck. You could get the Zacian Toxtricity deck, right? Like there are all these different combinations you could get in your pre-release kit. And that's the way it used to be. But now, apparently, your pre-release deck is just predetermined. We see Sarah has got the Zacian deck with the Wonder Patches, right? I think we've got 2 of the dark decks with the Crocodile, Toxtricity, and then not sure what Ben Peacock has up there. I'm going to text Alex Carpenter if he can hold Secret Art Zard up to the camera. Let's see if he could show that off. Ben Morse in the chat asking, do we remember back when it was just 6 packs? Yeah. Oh, do I? Yeah. I mean, those pre-releases were crazy. I think that they were fun, honestly. Just 6 packs. You build your deck out of 6 packs. I mean, you got some real janky decks. I'm not going to lie. It is more fun with the seeded deck because at least you get to play. But also, it is disappointing how little the packs you open usually influence the seeded deck. That's like the one thing about pre-releases. Hilda is in 3 of 4 pre-built decks. Dang. Really? Hilda's kind of pricey right now, right? Is that true, chatters? Or am I spreading fake news? I texted Alex Carpenter to bring over his Secret Art Zard, see if he'd show it to us. I wanna see it up close. We got a chatter on YouTube says I'm Chilean. You just can't find Hildas in the wild. You can't find Hildas at your local game stores? Hilda like 3 to 5? Yeah. Yeah. It's just what it do sometimes. Sometimes your staples, they just cost a few bucks. I know. I mean, the game has been more affordable in the last, like, I don't know, 5 years than it has ever been in the history of the game. So, like, for me, I've been playing since, like, 2011. I mean, even, like, with inflation and, like, all of that, you know, like, the game's still cheaper than it's ever been. Even with inflation, you know, since like 2011, dude, when I was getting into the Pokemon trading card game in 2011, Pokemon Catcher was a $20 card. And you needed 4 of those. You just had to get 4, bro. Pokemon Catcher was like two per booster box. Yeah, from Emerging Powers. Yeah. And you needed 4. Yeah, that was just normal. Next Destiny's Mewtwo EX was $50. And you had to have 3 of them. If you wanted to be like real, you needed 3 Mewtwo EX to compete. So you're talking like a base level $150 for like most competitive decks. You could have like some competitive decks could get away with 2 Mewtwo EX, which is like baseline $100, right? Because you're talking 2 Mewtwo EX in your deck. So like the thing is that Mewtwo is the best thing at knocking out Mewtwo. So if you were playing 3 Mewtwo, then you had the advantage on a player who's just playing 2. So if you had $150 to blow, you know, you were better off than the guy next to you with only $100 worth of Mewtwo in the deck. When I was building my Blastoise deck, I used to have to run 3 Tropical Beach in that thing. That was a Worlds promo exclusive. I remember very specifically being broke because I spent $550 on 3 Tropical Beaches that I needed for my deck. This was like in 2014. So all I did was play Blastoise all season because I had already invested $550 into my 3 Tropical Beaches. And then when Blastoise, they printed Virizion Genesect and Blastoise got like a little, like not as good. So then I just started playing Raybor because Raybor was like a deck that also used 3 Tropical Beaches. I was like bought in to use it. I was like, I spent money on these beaches. I'm going to use them. So like, now granted, now you can't even get a single beach for $550. But like back then, that's what I'm saying. That's like 2013, 2014. I spent like $550 on Tropical Beaches so I could play my favorite deck in the format. So like when I hear people say like, oh, that $3 card is breaking my back. Like, I don't mean to be a boomer about it, but like, dude, you guys got it so good. The game is like is so affordable now. Like so affordable. It used to be really hard. And the reason is because more packs are being opened than ever, like in the history of the game. And it's not by players, you know, it's collectors are opening the packs. So the playable cards kind of trickle down. Classic trickle down economics, folks, except it's actually working. Where the collectors open the packs and then The playable cards trickle down to the players. because they don't want them. Oh, there it is. The Charizard. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. God, thank you for showing that off. Love it. God, what a crazy card. It's beautiful. Nice. Thank you, Alex Carpenter, for that. Looks like players are going to be getting ready. It's not 2 Charizards. It has all the evolutions of single Charizard on it. Yes, it does have all the evolutions of single Charizard on it. So, but do you think that they are simultaneous? Like, is it a Charmander, Charmeleon, or is it like showing kind of like, is it kind of like an Animorphs book cover? Is anybody in the chat old enough to know what I'm talking about? Did anybody else read Animorphs? Is it like an Animorphs book cover? Is that what it's like? Where is the store? Beautiful Akron, Ohio. Yeah, I imagine it's like Animorphs, right? Like the Charizard, is the Charizard like this? Where it's like, it's not actually Mega Charizard. It's not like there's like 5 different bodies there. It's like it's one body going through a transformation. See, the Animorphs analogy is not as crazy as you guys might have thought. Right, because like, is the Mega Charizard, what I'm asking is, the Mega Charizard card going through a transformation? Or, you see what I'm saying? These are like the real questions I'm asking. I'm just out here asking questions. That's what we're doing. We're asking the questions. You didn't know Animorphs were a thing? Dude. Everybody knows about Animorphs. Come on now. Everybody knows about Animorphs, dude. At least everybody who was in elementary school between the years of 1995 and 2000. Yeah, at least all those folks. Yeah, let me take a look at the Megazard again. Let's see, Poke Beach, Secret, Rares, Phantasmal Flames. I'll decide once and for all if it's like Animorphs. I guess so. I think it is. Yeah. I don't think that the Charmander and the Charmeleon and the Charizard are actually there. I think they're only present in spirit. Yeah. You can see they kind of feel, they feel like it's more like the essence of Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard are there. They're all red. You see how they're red? And then like the Megazard is blue. Really, it's a beautiful card, right? I mean, like the reds and the blues, the way it's like divided, the way that it's composed, the fact that you've got the Charizard and this all here is very beautiful. The way that like the Charmander's tail is kind of like swooping you right up here into the Charizard's neck. The Charizard is then gazing upwards at the Mega Charizard's face. The Charmeleon is also gazing up at the Mega Charizard's face. It's just very well composed. It's got a really nice flow to it. I know I'm getting like in the weeds with the artsy fart stuff, okay? Just trust from an artistic appreciation perspective, this card, it hits, okay? I'm just saying. And that card hits. All right, folks, hang tight. I got to go fix my table downstairs so that we can watch some pre-release battles here at the Phantasmal Flames Midnight Pre-Release at Full Grip Games. Hang tight, folks. We'll be right back right after this quick break. This tournament is sponsored by Dragon Shield. Dragon Shield makes the highest quality sleeves and accessories for your favorite tabletop games, like the Pokémon TCG. Dragon Shield sleeves are super durable, making them perfect for tournament play and collecting. They also come in a huge variety of colors, so there's always a great choice to match your deck. You can even turn your favorite photograph or design into a custom box of Dragon Shield sleeves using the Sleeve Crafter on DragonShield.com. Head over to DragonShield.com and place an order for your favorite sleeves today. Use code TrickyJim at checkout for 5% off your order. Again, that's DragonShield.com for the highest quality sleeves and accessories for your favorite tabletop games. Huge thank you to Dragon Shield for being a continued sponsor of the channel. All right, folks. We've got our first of 3 rounds. God, I just ran up the fire escape. Sorry. First of 3 rounds. Getting ready to get started here. We've got John Patterson and Sarah Wilson. Perfect round 1 pairing because both of these players were on our featured deck building stage. And both are also donning beautiful Halloween costumes. I would say my 2 favorite... I am good, yes. Do you guys have the dice there?
Yeah, we did. We already flipped and everything.
Wonderful. Go ahead. Cool. Yes, I would say that these are the 2 finest costumes of the bunch here tonight. John and Sarah. Tigger versus K-pop Demon Hunters. All right, what is like the premise of K-pop? It's the most popular movie on Netflix ever, you guys say? Really? Really? God, and I've never heard of it? What's wrong with me? It's bigger than Squid Game? Number 1 of all time. That's so crazy. All right, we've got the Milcery here in the active spot. The entire movie soundtrack is on the Billboard Top 100. Is it an anime? Or is it live action? Now I've just got questions. They sing K-pop and hunt demons. And it's an anime. Wow. Okay. Dang, and Sarah's got the Wonder Patch. That's nuts. What does Cresselia do? The Zacian's got the Limit Break attack, which does 50 damage plus 90 more if the opponent... The Zacian, I'm not going to lie, folks. This Zacian seems absolutely broken for pre-release format, right? Let's pull it up and look at it. Yeah, this Zacian seems insane. Limit Break. Yeah, I mean, this is a good card in Gym Leader Challenge format as well. Half the game. Going to be doing 140 damage. Dang, we've got another Wonder Patch going on to Milcery. All right, so then is it Milcery or Milcery? Oh, Milcery? Maybe Milcery. Evolves an Alcremie, Milcery. I'll call it Milcery. And then Alcremie. Alcremie has got the Sweet Circle attack. Does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon you have in play for just 1 energy. It's Milcery. Really? It's Milcery? I don't know. Can anyone confirm? Dang, this Cresselia is popping off. That's nuts. It's got 3 energy on it now. Where is this Cresselia from? Why can't I find it? Is this an old Cresselia? Oh, it can't be, right? Yeah, where is this Cresselia from, chat? Why can I not find him? Yeah, maybe it's from the Diancie deck. Let's see. To Poke Beach I go. No, it's a new Cresselia. It just does 3 for 90. And then it's got the Overflowing Light attack. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Psychic Energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon. Okay, so it's actually insane for limited. I got it. Yeah, it might be from a deck or something. I just can't find a translation of it. Like a proxy image of it, I'm saying. Yeah. Having a hard time finding a proxy image of it, but I have found the translation. So the Cresselia has got the overflowing light attack. Search your deck for up to 2 basic psychic energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon. And then Aurora Beam does 90 damage for 3. So that's what the Cresselia is going to be able to do. Sarah's also got Hilda. Can get an energy and an evolution Pokemon. And John doesn't have any psychic energy right now. Does have an Absol on the bench. Yeah, it looks like some of these cards are from like a theme deck. They must be, because I'm having a hard time finding them. Yeah, the Absol just has a draw 2, and then it does 60 for 2. But it does hit for darkness, you know, so the Absol is actually kind of interesting because it does hit the Zacian for weakness. Does it? Or is Zacian weak to... Zacian's weak to metal. God, that's so weird to me. I guess it is, because it's fairy metal, right? Yeah. Usually, psychic Pokemon are usually weak to dark these days, unless it's got the fairy typing, in which case it's weak to metal, usually. It looks like John has got Brock Scouting, can go get the Seviper and Toxel. Now, I imagine that the Seviper is kind of just part of the kits that you get. The Seviper does do more damage if you've got a Mega Pokemon in play. But John doesn't have any of that going on right now. Not at all. And Cresselia taking a knockout. Sarah takes the first prize of this game. And then John may be promoting the Absol, which can draw 2. You have to imagine he'd be wanting, more than that going on. Here's Grimsley, though. All right. Grimsley, look at the top 7 cards. You could put a darkness Pokemon you find there straight into play. Right, and it looks like John is choosing between the Crocodile and Toxtricity. The Crocodile is, really good. Yeah, I mean, so I agree with the Crocodile grab. The Crocodile, revenges for 1,000,000 damage. Let's pull it up. Yeah, Crocodile, he's crazy. Here he is. It's got the Revenge Fang attack. 60 plus 160 more if a Pokemon was knocked out. Wait, is the Absol... Oh, the Absol did hit Cresselia for weakness. Yep, so John is going to take that knockout. Cresselia is weak to dark. Now, with 6 Pokemon in play, this Alcremie is going to get in there. Can do 120 damage for just 1 energy. That's pretty cool. With its Sweets Circle attack, the attack does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon you have in play. All right, and Sarah finds a Lily's Determination. Sweet Circle doing 120 damage. We'll take a knockout on this Absol. But, of course, we've got the Krook. Right? The freaking Krook, dude, is literally right there. And here he comes. Here he comes indeed. Like, about to get revenge fanged. John's got a Dawn now. And can play Dawn to search for a basic Pokemon evolution or basic stage 1 and stage 2. This will allow him to go get Toxtricity out of the deck. And Toxtricity is really important. With Toxtricity's ability, you can search your deck for a basic Darkness Energy, attach it to one of your bench Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on it. Certainly going to help John to accelerate a little more energy into play. But this Crocodile only needs a single energy for its Revenge Fang. Yeah, the Toxtricity has the Sinister Surge ability. Flygon, Sandy Flapping. Zacian is Limit Break. And Ceruledge is Infernal Slash. All right, nice to have official translations for those. Yo, we got official Crocodile too. That's cool. Official Gliscor. Dang, all right. Pokebeach got a lot of official scans right now. That's pretty cool. Official Alcremie. Alchemy. And Zacian Limit Break not going to take the knockout on this, unfortunately for Sarah. Will deal 140 damage though. So 140 damage to John's Crocodile. Crocodile kind of stuck out there, right? It's got a retreat cost of 3. And Hammering costs 4 energy. Toxtricity can only accelerate to the bench. So this Crocodile going to be stuck just swinging for 60 damage. Now John's got double Toxtricity out now. That's pretty gnarly. Toxtricity's ability name is Sinister Surge, the official translation. Dusk Ball allows John to look at the bottom 7 cards of the deck, pick a Pokemon. At a certain point, John does have to make sure he doesn't deck out. Probably not going to be the case, but you know, you do have a 3 energy Crocodile in the active, only doing 60 damage, so got to be a little bit wary of that. A little bit. Let's see. Is John just going to swing for 60? I have to imagine. And then Zacian is only swinging for 50, but Zacian did swing for 140 last turn, so Zacian will get to finish off this Crocodile. I love it when my Pokemon don't one-hit KO each other. Honestly, the game is so much better when they don't. Sarah's got a board full of Zacian now. And switch! Yo, that's crazy. Fresh Zacian coming up. Which could be a big deal. Because I think the Seviper is only doing, 120 damage. From John, right? So with Seviper only doing 120 damage, there's no Mega Pokemon EX in play on the bench. Then Jet Black Fang can't take the knockout on Zacian. Sarah is in a very dominant spot to win this game now. Just a single prize card remaining. I mean, John could, if John had another Crocodile in deck, could, Grimsley into it. But I think just top-decked. I think John just top-decked the Crocodile. He did! Oh, no! You could tell. He's like, oh, no! Just top-decked the last thing you want there. He needed to be able to go into the Crocodile. And John, could theoretically win if he could make that play. But I think he just top-decked into his final Crocodile. His deck is very small. Yeah, just a single card left. Oh, he found another one. All right, so John can win. Not this turn, but over the course of 2 turns. He would have to use Sinister Surge to charge an energy onto Crocodile. There's a switch in John's deck too. Okay, so we'll have to find that switch eventually. And then John can retreat this Toxtricity into the Crocodile, but then has to find switch in order to get that Crocodile out of the active. So if John's got a research, discard, draw 7, something like that, that would do it. Sarah's just got to damage Zacian here. And I really thought that Sarah had this one, but this Crocodile's got a menacing 150 hit points, and Zacian is only doing 140 damage with that limit break attack. Oh, I was reading limit break as like a revenge style attack and was acting like it wasn't going to do 140 damage the following turn. Yeah. No, just limit break just keeps doing 140. That's pretty broken. That's good. Yeah, I was misreading Zacian earlier. And Zacian just has to swing. Sarah has to hope that John cannot find switch. You see she's got her fingers crossed. Okay, it's just going to be Lily's determination. John trying to play as many cards out of his hand as possible. He's got shuffle draw 6. It's not guaranteed. I think maybe there's like 8 cards in deck, so could miss it. And if John finds Switch, you can see Sarah decides to give it the tap. All right, does John find it? How many cards left? 2? He whiffed! He whiffed the Switch! I can't believe it! Oh, no! You can see how geeked Sarah is. Oh, he whiffed the Switch. Oh, it's in the bottom couple cards of the deck. Here we're going to get to see, yep, the bottom card of the deck. Oh, man. Heartbreaker there. Heartbreaker. Sarah had Destiny on her side there. If she cuts the deck, then most assuredly John finds the Switch. She decided to tap. Switch is the bottom card of the deck. And that's game. Sarah is the winner. Wow. And look at that. Sarah's so happy about that win. How fun. Between two costumed opponents on Halloween night. Full Grip Games in Akron, Ohio. You love to see it, folks. You do. You love to see it. See, there's Squid Game. Now, I wanted to be Squid Game for Halloween, like the year Squid Game came out. But it was very hard to obtain a Squid Game costume that year because Squid Game just came out and like, I mean, like the costume like didn't really exist. You kind of had to like make it yourself or like something like that. It was hard. I did end up doing, so my wife Natalie and I, we did end up doing Squid Game whatever year that was. What year did Squid Game come out? Golly. We did end up doing it, but we were like the protagonists. We were like the protagonists of Squid Game. We weren't like the, I don't know, the masked guys. Same with K-Pop Demon Hunter this year. Netflix didn't expect it to be a mega hit, so there's limited merch for it. Dang, that's crazy. Sarah always does a really good job with her cosplays. The jumpsuits were so hot the year you did Squid Game for Halloween, I bet. Wait, so K-Pop Demon Hunter like just came out? It's not like this old thing? All right, well, that makes me feel a little better. At least I'm not like that far out of the loop. All right. Wait, it just came out and it's already the most watched most viewed thing on Netflix ever? That's insane. How long ago did it come out? That's absolutely crazy. I should watch it. Maybe I will. Perhaps that'll be a thing we do. Looks like players are just now getting their round 2 pairings. Midnight pre-releases August 23rd in Canada. Okay. Yeah, so like about a month and a half ago. 2 months ago. Oh. Yeah, it looks like we do our pairings projected on the TV screen here, so it's a nice little way for players to easily see their pairings for the pre-release. I asked Zeely how many players we had here for our midnight pre-release. It looks like we got a great turnout. I wonder if Alex is playing his secret art Zard. That'd be pretty hype. And we saw Hoop making his way over to the stream table. We got 55 players tonight for our midnight pre-release here in Akron, Ohio. So huge shout out to everybody who turned up for our Halloween pre-release. Golden is still the #1 song in the country. Really? God, really? This is what it feels like to be old, huh? Just to be completely out of touch and have no idea what people are doing. This is what it's like. Like, this is what it was like when my parents would be like, yeah, I've never heard of that thing that you're in love with, Andrew. I don't know. This is what it's like. We're just at that point in life. We got Jack Hooper and Joe Rowe on stream. Jack Hooper with the Pikachu jammies, the Christmas jammies. I gotta say, dude, you know, I got my firstborn child at home. You know, he was born in August last year, so he's like 14 months old now, and like last year, we got him some cute Christmas clothes, but like the level of cuteness for like, you know, like an 18-month-old, like a 14 to 18-month-old, dude, I popped off in the Carters this past weekend. Popped off. I popped off in the Carters. Like, I was popping tags, bro, just because. Like, the corduroy overalls they were so cute, I was going to die. I couldn't even. The Christmas corduroy overalls, dude. He's going to look like such a freaking ham. I can't even believe it. That's right, Hoop. 4 prizes. One day when he's old enough, he'll be able to decide whether or not he wants to be on camera or stream or any of that. But, you know, that's a decision that I want him to be able to formulate and make. I don't want to ever thrust that on him. So that's why I kind of keep his business private. But he's a cutie. All right, Joe's got Mimikyu in the active pass. Now, this Toxel is actually really good. It's got a call for family attack. Allows you to search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon. Put them straight onto the bench. Just like a very powerful way to start the game. You love to see it. And I do love it when like pre-evolving basics end up having like really useful little attacks like this. A call for family. Did Joe Rowe not put out prize cards? Joe Rowe, put out prize card. Take the bottom 4 cards of your deck. Just take the bottom 4 cards of your deck, bro. All right, that's fine. That'll do. All right. That's fine. Play ball, folks. It's pre-release. All right, it's not that serious. We got him. We got him, folks. We got him. We got him. Got a Vibrava on the bench. And what's this Mimikyu do? Mimikyu, call for family, search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them on your bench. Looks like Joe decided not to do that. Hoop got the Rare Candy Crocodile. That's pretty explosive play there. Rare Candy Krook. And then Lily's Determination. Funny thing about Lily's Determination, doesn't draw you 8 in pre-release. Because in a pre-release game, you only ever have 4 prize cards to start. But drawing 6 cards out of a 40-card deck is quite strong, so not bad. Looks like Hoop's got multiple Rare Candy in deck, so it's pretty cool. Dust Ball, get to look at the 7 bottom cards of the deck. Choose a Pokemon you find there, put it into your hand. Manny over on YouTube says, how do the players feel when you talk to them through the speaker? It feels like you're an all-seeing entity. Yeah, I'm like the Oz, the Wizard of Oz. The all-seeing eye. I have to imagine it feels like you're getting called to the principal's office. like, like, oh no, I did something bad. Like, you know what I mean? You're never getting called over the walkie if you did something good. I have to imagine it feels like that, right? When the walkie comes on, you messed up, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. I've never had anybody walkie at me while I was playing, but I can only imagine that that's what it feels like. Yeah, so Hoop can't attack here. The Toxtricity's got an attack, but it costs 3 energy, so it looks like, yeah, Hoop's just going to evolve into Toxtricity. And then use... Dang, that's a double Sinister Surge. You have the double Surge, dude? The turn 2 Rare Candy Crocodile double Surge. This is crazy. I mean, Hoop is low-key popping off. Yeah, Murford over on Twitch says, always interesting watching people draw with Dust Ball. It's such an unnatural thing. You're right. I'm actually going to go grab my deck of sleeves right here. I'm going to, like, without thinking, I'm just going to, like, how would I do a Dust Ball? Because it's not something that you ever really do. Yo, here's Flygon. Holy cow, we've got Flygon. Flygon is here. Flapping Sand. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. And then Cutting Wind. Flygon is Cutting Wind. Yeah, there's no good way to do it. I think, all right. I think if I'm doing Dust Ball, I'm picking like the whole deck up. I do this like really funny thing where I kind of like flap the cards down. I like pick the deck up in my right hand. Yeah. I pick the deck up in my right hand and then like kind of like face down, I start fanning out the bottom of the deck with my left hand. And then I still will, like after I fan out like 4 cards with my left hand, I'll slap them down on the table with my right hand. I'll do like 4, then 3. But it is very funny because like drawing cards off the bottom of the deck is not easy, and you're not allowed to like look at. But you know, I kind of start the motion as if it's like I'm just counting cards off the bottom of the deck, right? That's, yeah, I guess that's how I'm doing it. Very funny though. All right, so the Crocodile does take a return knockout on the Flygon, but then 2 more cards get milled. Yeah, Crocodile takes massive 1-hit KO there with the Revenge Fang attack. That's cool. Joe's got a little Smeargle and Lily's Determination for 6 big ones. And what is that Pinsir, Heracross, EX. Do you shuffle? Here, any judges in the chat? Do you shuffle before using a Lily's Determination with a 0-card hand? I think the answer is yes. I'm voting yes. I don't actually know. Oh yeah, let's go. +1 ruling. I just get me a judge jersey, dude. Get me a judge jersey. Perfect ref call there. Flawless ref call. You still shuffle. And we've got another Flygon. Dang, this thing is milling, dude. Yeah, this Flygon is kind of going in. The Mega Heracross is crazy. For sure. I was not expecting to see a Mega Heracross in play, but here it is. It is basic, so you can splash it. But the problem with Mega Heracross is that all of its attacks are grass. Like all grass. No colorless in the attack requirement at all. You've got the first attack for 2 grass, does 100 damage, and if this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn, it does that much more damage, and then Mountain Thrust does 170, discard the top 2 cards. I do like the discard synergy. Okay. 170 damage, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Okay. I see. And 60 damage to Mimikyu. We do have grass energy in Joe's deck, but Joe kind of just sandbagging now with the Mimikyu active while he commits energy to that Mega Heracross. I mean, in the Mega Heracross, the thing about it is, if Joe gets this Mega Heracross going, I mean, it's just lights, right? I mean, the thing's got 280 hit points. Gonna be one hit KOing everything in Hoop's deck. Hoop's only got a couple cards left in deck. Like, you got to be wary of that, you know? But these Crocodile are getting powered up. Hoop's only got 2 prizes left. I think that Joe is like kind of got this one. He seems like he's in a good spot. If he can just get this Mega Heracross powered up. Looks like Cutting Wind. Crocodile's weak to grass. Does not take the knockouts. Just goes up to 150, so survives with 20 HP left. But now, I mean, Hoop has only got, I think, one card left in deck. Hoop's going to deck out. Because of the Flygon. I mean, like, the Flygon has put in a lot of work on Hoop's resources, and Hoop was drawing cards for sure, so that Flapping Sand, I mean, because the thing is, if Hoop knocks out the Flygon, Char says there's no deck out rule in pre-release. No way. There's gotta be. Right? Is that a thing? Yeah, I've heard that from people, but they never find any proof of ruling because it's not true. I think that's just a house rule. Yeah, that is a house rule that somebody made up. Somebody who is mad that they decked out once made that up. Well, being 95% sure of something, you could still 5% of the time you're still going to be wrong. All right. Hoop was able to replenish his deck with the Energy Recycler. Energy Recycler is just like straight up saving the day right here. Shuffles 5 energy from the discard pile back into the deck. Can Joe find another grass energy? Not able to find one for his Mega Heracross. I mean, and Hoop only has 2 prizes left. So now Joe's in a really tough spot. He would have loved to find a grass energy there for the Mega Heracross. All right, Cutting Wind takes a knockout. Joe Rowe now with 2 prizes remaining. And here comes... No. Not the Krook. 2-2 prizes. We've got ourselves a thinker here, folks. Gonna be the energyless Krook. Dark off the top. Dude, goated top deck there. Still gonna go for the Grimsley to get yet another Krook into play, and then the rest of the cards in the deck are just darkness energy. The big thing for Hoop is going to be, does he get stuck? Right? So he's going to choose to not. All right, he is going to choose. I was going to say he's not going to get the Krook. All right. Grimsley and fail it, I guess. All right, Krook takes the knockout. Here we go. Lily's Determination. Shuffle draw 6. Joe Rowe finds the second grass energy. This has got to be it. I don't think that Hoop can handle this Mega Heracross EX Panzerhorn dealing 200 damage with weakness. And you see Hoop is just like, no, I don't want the smoke, bro. I don't want this. Like, literally get your Mega haircut. Oh, and then would have been able to mill him out with Mountain Thrust anyways. All right, GG's. Yo, that was really hype getting to see a Mega Pokemon make its way into play. That was really fun. Cool. Joe Rowe with the deck out Flygon Mega Heracross deck. You love to see that. Thank you so much, Imar Tuba, for the Prime sub over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the primers out there for priming it up with the gym. There's another look at a costume. We got Waldo in attendance. Shouts to Waldo. We also got Bug Catcher in attendance. The Bug Catcher costume didn't jump out to me. I initially missed that gentleman there. But the Bug Catcher, so awesome costume, Bug Catcher. Love to see it. There's Squid Game. I'm loving that Squid Game has committed to the Squid Game mask the entire night. That to me, that is commitment. Not only is it commitment, that's what Halloween is about, you know? Commitment to the costume. And I gotta say, committing to a costume is hard. A lot of times, I'm at the Halloween party, I show up in my costume, it's perfect. The most annoying part of the costume is going to be one drink in, the most annoying part of the costume is off. Like 100%. There's always like the one thing about the costume that is the most annoying part of the costume. That piece never lasts. So I admire Squid Game for staying masked up the entire night tonight. That's pretty beast. Did anybody in the chat get dressed up for Halloween this year? Any Halloween goers? Anybody have a sweet costume that they got to show off or any of that? Any cool costumes? You cosplayed as a Reaper from Overwatch? That's cool. No costumes, but you just finished a Halloween cube? That's cool. Dude. Tell me more about your Halloween cube. Does it have like spooky Pokemon in it? Crash on YouTube is dressed up in your work uniform. Shout out to all the workers out there grinding. The witch's hat is a yearly staple. The thing about getting older is that, you know, the years, they just keep on keeping on, you know, and then it's nice to have an old reliable. It's like, oh, it's Halloween, time to dust off the costume, and it's all right. I'm dressed. My friend JW has been doing that for a very long time. Has been doing like he's got one Halloween costume. Any of you guys like one Halloween costume type guys or ladies or people? You guys want to see JW? JW has a single Halloween costume that he wears. My good friend JW, who I co-host the Tag Team podcast with. Here is a picture of us in 2016 for one of the Halloween parties that that I hosted. This is 2016. Yep. JW wearing his patented. He'd wear like the same mouse ears at every single Halloween, and then he'd do like the little mascara whiskers. I was Guzma this year. You could tell we had a fun night. All right, we did. We had ourselves a good night here, folks. That was a good night. 2016. What heck of a year 2016 was, you know? Heck of a year. Yeah, I was Guzma. So I think I had the white hair. And then I had like the sweatpants and the shoes. Yeah, I was. What's your guys' favorite year? Do you have a year that you were like, that was like a good year? What do you guys think? What year do you look back on fondly? Everything pre-pandemic was so sick. Literally everything. 2015 to 2017 were truly solid year. That's what I'm saying, Trey. Like 2017, I look back at 2017 very fondly. I don't know what it is about 2017. I guess I do know what it is about 2017. It's when Natalie and I started dating. It's when I got my Jeep Wrangler. It's when I top 8 at NAIC. A lot of really solid things happened in 2017. It's when I started creating content on YouTube as well. So like, yeah. But that was all like the back half of 2017. But I still associate 2017 with a lot of good things. All right, our third and final round is up. Let's go. Yeah, 2016 to 2018 was peak. That's what I'm saying. Those are good years. God. I had an incredible 2023. And 2024 was the birth of my son. I had an incredible 2023. 2022, I got married. 2020 and 2021, I don't miss them. That's fine. Those years, I don't even remember. Like, low-key, I don't even know what happened, bro. And, like, 2020 and 2021, I don't think a dang thing in my life happened. I guess I got engaged, in 2021. I got married in 2022. 2022, 2023, 2024 have all been really solid years. For sure. 2025 has been tough. It's been tough. Just a lot of changes. Kind of just weathering a lot of changes in life, Figuring out what new normal is, figuring out your new schedule. I kind of switched off streaming, became more of a YouTuber, but still streaming and figuring out, my schedule, figuring out how to raise a young child, But I feel like I'm finally like getting in the groove with everything now. And I'm just like really at peace and happy with how everything's going. But, the changes did take some getting used to for sure. Yeah, 2021 was definitely a fever dream. Like, what was going on there? I said, these regional sleeves actually look kind of crispy. They do look nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like a hater on the concept of the regionals being merged out, but the merch does look pretty good. Like to me, it's like, dude, why do the regionals need merch? I mean, I guess they're $80 events. They might as well have merch, right? Like they're big ticket events now. They're trying to market the Pokemon region. They have like probably dang near $1 million stream productions. They have, yeah, it makes sense, right? I get they're trying to turn like each of the Pokemon regionals into like a mini convention, right? With like the World Championships is like a true massive convention. But it is still strange for me to see like regional championships getting the merch treatment, because historically it used to just be that World Championships would get the merch treatment. Then like Nationals started getting some merch. Then like pre-pandemic, if you guys remember, this was actually the most hilarious thing, and I don't know if anybody like remembers this. But do you guys remember when, like, what was it, Top Cut events, like Jimmy Ballard's Top Cut events? He used to do, like, these little, like, Alibaba, like, merch packages. Do you remember when Jimmy Ballard used to do, like, the Alibaba, like, regional merch packages, like the premium merch packages that you get at the regionals? And you could get, like, a regional branded keyboard from Alibaba and a regional branded, like, you know, water bottle from Alibaba. Like, someone else in the chat remembers this, right? Like, because this stuff... Trey, you got me, Trey. Thank God Trey is here. Dude, I'm never going to forget the keyboard. There was a literal Alibaba keyboard. There's like Alibaba like regional branded headphones, you know, and you would pay like, I don't know. Imagine there being like a $80 upcharge on your regional entry fee, right? So like, say regionals back then only used to cost like $40. So like you would pay like your $40 entry for a regional, but then for $120 you would get like a premium seat, you would get the Alibaba keyboard. Just all this like Alibaba garbage that nobody actually wanted. Like it was just but it had the regional logo on it. And I gotta say, I felt like Jimmy Ballard also, he kind of like pioneered the regional logo. Looks like player on the right's got the Cerulege deck. We haven't seen the Cerulege deck on stream yet, so excited about that. I actually got to go download the Cerulege. So let's get that thing going. The Cerulege, I mean, does an obscene amount of damage. See, what's the official translation? Give me the official translation. Infernal Slash. I prefer the Pokemon Proxy's Purgatory Slash. Did we just see a Purgatory Slash? Oh my God, here we go. And there it is. Infernal Slash, but my version says Purgatory. Purgatory Slash would have been pretty cool. You know, I'm getting some really nice comments over on YouTube about the most recent video that I made. Yo, thank you. I really appreciate that. Marshall says, love the new sleeve video. So ready for the content you'll be putting out. Lots of bangers recently. I really appreciate that. Thank you. means a lot. I'm like I said, I'm focusing my energy back on like kind of getting into my groove of being a YouTuber. Like I think for years and like during the pandemic, it made sense for me to kind of like really ramp up into being a streamer, just being live all the time. I mean, I didn't have any other responsibilities in my life. I wasn't married for a while. You know, I didn't have any kids, any of that. I was just being live all day just made the most sense. But now I'm at a place in my life where I really want to invest more time into productions and YouTube videos and things like that. And holy cow. This is crazy. But yeah, I'm really having fun kind of finding my voice and making YouTube videos that I'm like proud of. I was able to crank out that video essay in like 2 days, which I was pretty stoked on. I made the video, I mean, entirely today. I just spent yesterday writing the script. Obviously, there was a lot of lead-up work that went into the video. Like, I had to, message Mr. Barry. I had to message Mr. Barry Zhang. I had to, like, message everybody. But I could kind of do that from my phone. So that was pretty easy. I could do that from the comfort of my couch. All right, here we go. But yeah, I spent like 2 full days working on that video, which to me, that felt like fast. I felt like I was able to crank out the video pretty quick because I spent 1 day writing the script and kind of like finalizing my research, and then 1 day just like filming and editing it. Did I look into endgame sleeves? I actually did look into endgame sleeves after they were mentioned, but when I looked into endgame sleeves, they were completely out of stock on the website, and I never actually heard of anybody ever using them, so I just assumed they were out of business. Yeah, like I went to the website and like every single sleeve was out of stock. And it's literally like still the case, right? Like if you go to like Endgame's website, you like literally can't buy sleeves there. So I was like, who cares? Like, what's the point of what's the point, There's not a single box available, probably because they're waiting for I don't you know why. Yeah. Mulder says sleeve video had me die and reminded me of people who started to dropship t-shirt companies back in like 2016, 2019. Yeah, I know, right? It reminded me a lot of the skateboarding, like stuff that's happening in skateboarding too, with like skateboarding companies and all of that. I mean, and the thing about it is it's a cultural thing. And I kind of felt like the culture of the Pokemon trading card game community kind of moving towards these, cheaper, mass-produced Chinese, sleeves available through Alibaba, and then like pretending that they weren't that, right? That was the thing that was really, really, really bothering me. Was that it just seemed like everybody was kind of like turning a blind eye or just kind of like pretending that these products weren't what they actually were, right? Because I think like white labeling like a cheap TCG accessory is not inherently a bad thing. It's like, it's not. There are actually lots of very, fine businesses that do that. What comes to mind for me is like BCW. Like if you guys have ever heard of like BCW Supplies. BCW Supplies is a company based in Indiana, and they create and sell 9 pocket pages. I think that's like the first product that they really started selling like back in like the 80s or maybe even earlier. But then they've grown into like a all things collectible, like, depot. They're like a collectible depot. They just, one of the biggest things that they kind of do is that they do those you know, the 4-row and the 2-row like white cardboard boxes. They sell those. But they also sell sleeves, but I don't think they make their sleeves in their factory in Indiana. I think they just have a white label, you know, a white label product from China. But the thing is, if you go to like bcw.com, you can buy their cheapy, you know, white label Chinese sleeves for like $2.50 a pack, because like they're not trying to wax you and convince you that it's like some premium pro product, right? Like, and that to me is like, just, that's super reputable. Like that's like a very legitimate, reputable thing to do. Like, you know, like you are providing a service. Like, and BCW is like, they, you know, they provide a lot of really solid products. Some of them they make, you know, in their warehouse, and some of them they white label. And that to me is like super valid. But it's never misleading, right? And the price points don't mislead either. Like generally so anyways, I was really concerned that the culture of the community was kind of headed in a way that just seemed super disingenuous with the way that we were talking about the kind of the cheapy Alibaba sleeves, as if they were like a, you know, a premier custom pro product or something like that. Like, no, like there's nothing wrong. The way I've been saying, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a slop sleeve, you know, a cheapy slop sleeve, but call it what it is. If it's a cheapy slop sleeve, it's a cheapy slop sleeve, you know, nothing wrong with that. I know the Sarah Ledge player still being in this game is insane. Absolutely insane. Molder on YouTube says, I still have BCW white boxes from when I started playing Pokemon in 1997. That's crazy. It's the same thing with, like, you know, the Ultra Pro. Like the Ultra Pro base model sleeve, like nobody's trying to convince you that the Ultra Pro cheapy base model sleeve is like the best sleeve ever, right? Like, no, the best thing about the plain Ultra Pro sleeve is that it's cheap. That's the best thing about it. No way he top decked energy retrieval. No way. You've got to be kidding me. This is insane. You've got to be joking me. That was nuts. That was absolutely crazy. That was crazy, dude. Yeah, the Sarah Ledge does 220 damage for 1, but you have to discard 4 fire energy from your hand. All right, Sarah Ledge taking a serious dub there. A statement dub. Yeah, that was an incredible game there. Just, I mean, top deck after top deck. I thought the Sarah Ledge player was surely about to get benched. Like, every single time I would, like, dial in, I'd be like, dang, dude. The Sarah Ledge player is bodied, like it's over, and then it wasn't over. All right, show us your packs. Show us your packs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Show us your packs. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Show us your packs. It's booster pack opening time. Time to open booster packs of Phantasmal Flames. Phantasmal Flames booster pack opening time. Someone open something rare. Open something rare. Let me see it. Let me see your hits. Show me your hits. All right, Eternatus, Bramblegast, Moltres. Another Moltres. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? Who's this guy? Little beetle dude? Nimble? That's cool. All right, how many of you guys do pack tricks when you open booster packs? I've never been one to pack trick myself. You guys know this about me. Oh! Oh! Woo! There it is, folks. Oh my God. He's got it. He's got the gold freaking Zard. Oh! There it is. You've got to be kidding me, dude. We saw both Zards today. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. At the pre-release, dog. At the pre-release. Holy cow. I can't believe it. Yo, thanks, Merritt, for that Prime sub over on Twitch. I cannot believe it, dude. This is insane. Let's go, Hoop! Oh, no. No. Yeah, Hoop, gotta put that thing in a sleeve. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful gold Zard. I can't believe it. Absolutely insane. Dude, I mean, the pulls at our pre-release have been nutty. Absolutely nutty, dude. Both Zards pulled today? You gotta be joking me. All right, more booster packs to come. Let's go. Who says we have to stop here? Let's get another. Show me what you got. Toxtricity, nice. It's a good card. Dan over on YouTube says, put a $500 card in a cardboard deck box. Dude, cardboard belongs in cardboard, you know? You know what I like to do? Genuinely? I love to keep cards in the little Dragon Shield, in the little Dragon Shield cartons that the sleeves come in. Like, I keep cards in there all the time. They're nice little boxes, dude. I mean, like, they're nice little boxes, man. And they got, like, nice artwork on them, too. And then they got the little lines at the top, and you could just, like, scribble a little something on them. Like, my wife, Natalie, gives me a hard time because all of my Wizards of the Coast cards, we call it the WotC box, all of my Wizards of the Coast cards are in, like, some random 4-row that I've had. They're all in some random 4-row that I've had for, like, I don't know, like, probably nearly a decade at this point. And she's like, oh, we should, like, get a nicer box for your WotC cards because they're all really old, right? And it's like, nah, bro, like, there's something organic about the cardboard belongs in the cardboard, man. I don't, like, it's cool. There's something natural about it, you know? Just keep the cardboard in the cardboard box. It's okay. It's not going to hurt it. It's where it belongs. You know, a four row can last like forever. I'm sure there's people out there that got 4 rows dang near as old as me, dude. All right, maybe not as old as me, but probably like people out there certainly have 4 rows they've had around for 20 years. Yeah, good box, man. Good cardboard box. Lasts you a long time. Just don't get it wet, you know, but I think my WotC box has a little bit of water damage. I don't know how it got, but thankfully none of the cards are damaged, but all right, we got more people going to open. Any more pack openers? Any more booster pack openers? What's my favorite card from this set? I mean, it's going to sound cliche, but probably like the Charizard of the Dawn, right? Secret are rare. They just both look really nice. I mean, if Gengar had like an alternate art, then it would probably be that, but it doesn't, right? The Haunter alts would probably be one of my favorite. I don't know. Is the Haunter alt in the set? I don't think it is, right? Dang. Well, we got to see the Gold Zard. That was hype. It's in the deck. Yeah, so no, we don't. Promo only. Yeah, the Haunter's pretty cool. All right, folks. We got to see Gold Zard. Seems like we don't have any more pack openers here for us. For now, everybody getting packed up, so that's going to do it for the Midnight's Phantasmal Flames pre-release here at Full Grip Games. If you're excited about Phantasmal Flames like I am, make sure to check out the Full Grip Games Phantasmal Flames. Make sure to check out the Full Grip Games Phantasmal Flames $6,000 cash doubleheader coming up on November 22nd and 23rd. We've got a standard $3,000 cash Phantasmal Flames legal event happening on Saturday, November 22nd, and a Gym Leader Challenge Phantasmal Flames legal $3,000 cash event happening on Sunday, November 23rd. It's going to be an awesome time. If you can't make it out, you can tune in here on YouTube or Twitch. Tricky Gym, going to be streaming all weekend. Should be a ton of fun. Great opportunity to show off the newest cards from Phantasmal Flames before they are legal for championship point awarding events like League Cups, regional championships, international championships, and the like. But if you've ever wanted to make a trip out to Full Grip Games, never been a better time to do so. We've got the Green Dragon Inn right up here as well. Full service board game, bar, and cafe. Our candy store downstairs. Huge play area. Great selection of cards to peruse. Absolutely cannot recommend it enough. Again, Full Grip Games directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Gyms, so thank you all so much for shopping at fullgripgames.com. Also, big shouts to Dragon Shield, the best trading card game sleeves and accessories for your most prized trading cards. Huge thanks to Dragon Shield for being a continued sponsor of this channel. That's going to do it for me tonight. You guys all have a wonderful Halloween. I'll see you next week. I've got tabletop gameplay featuring Jesse Parker scheduled for Wednesday during the day. So I'll see you then.